Hi guys, it's going to be a really quick video. If you're like me, you're waiting for the launch FIFA 16, you've already started looking at your starter squads and you've been on Foothead and Footwiz and Reddit and EA forums, Kappa, looking for squads and inspiration that you can try and build when you get your hands on the game. I've gone ahead and built a really simple, what I think would be cheap slash medium Ligue 1 squad that I think would be really helpful to build into in the first week or two. I've chosen Ligue 1 League and Serie A. Because I think they're leagues that have a lot more given to them, a lot more gold, especially in the fullback positions and the centre mids. They make it more accessible and more useful to build, rather than a lot of centre mids that just have 50, 60 pace. I felt was the case last year. They've had a lot more across the board upgrades, and I feel they've got some really star gems that help you build squads in this league. And I think that trying to shy away from the BBVA and BPL will probably aid you at the start, because the players can be very expensive in those leagues respectively. They always are. So if you want a cheap squad and you're going to do a similar thing to I am, and I'm not really going to buy packs, but I might just use the coin boosts. This is what I've come up with so far. Starting from the goalkeeper, we have Lossell, which is 75 rare gold. It shouldn't be too expensive. Nice stats across the board for a keeper, I think, of only 75. 60 speed won't be too important. It really depends if they fix keepers from the demo. I've scored a lot of looping shots from outside the box. So again, this may be a contentious pick. You may have to get a fucking 87 rated gold of a player for all I know. It really depends on what EA do at the end of the game. But anyway, moving into the centre-back positions. I've gone for twofold. I've gone for Rekik and Pogba. I'll start on Pogba. I think pace is toned down this year. I think physical will play a lot more of an important role. Whereas on FIFA 15, you could have two quite quick centre-backs and it wouldn't suffer too much. Now I feel if you mash the push button, fouls get pulled a lot more, so having a strong player initially would be really important. And I feel like because pace is toned down, people may play the stronger strikers, such as Costa, a lot more. I know he's played quite a bit in FIFA 15, but his pace being toned down, but he's still very, very strong. So I've gone for that, 83 physical and 74 defender on that sort of card with a very good 61 pace, medium high, and I think he's 6'2". Yeah, is really, really good. He's got 3-star weak foot, so you guess he can play it out at the back with both feet. The pace isn't too bad, which is why I picked him up again. But for the pace, I've gone for Rekik on the other side. The transfer from PSV over to Marseille. 72 pace, 76 defending, and 77 physical. He's only 6 foot, but with a 4-star weak foot, I think he'll be a player to pick it up out of defence, maybe just start the attacks. Also, I think because he's a little bit shorter and a little bit quicker, he'll be more nimble across the ground, which would be better for tackling the shorter players. To be quite nippy. Again, I do think pace is toned down, so it won't be too bad, but I still think it's important to have someone who can cover that ground quite quickly. On the left side of him, I've got for Asuakoto, which is the AWOL BPL fullback. Really good card this year, to be fair. Don't know how he's got an upgrade to a rare, but with 81 pace and those 76 and 77 stats, you can't argue, especially with high work rates. He's a decent height at 5'10". He's got a 3-star weak foot. But I feel like that is a very good card that'd be quite cheap at the start. There is some other good options in Ligue 1 that you may have come across, but I feel like if we go for too high of a pace, the price is just going to skyrocket. So it's better to just stay low until we figure out how important pace is in the game. It may be enough. On FIFA 15, I used to use David Santon and Inform Florenzi as my fullbacks when I played in the Serie A League, and they were more than good at stopping pace because I think they had much better positioning. But on the other side of that, we have Raphael, which is obviously the transfer from United. Van Gaal decided he's pretty shite. Medium-high work rates. Good pace. Again, very solid stats on the right-hand side and 69 passing. High-medium, which is okay, I guess. I maybe want to get a high defender or maybe even a high defensive work rate, given the fact that wingers seem to be a lot more useful this game. 5'7", but with a 4-star weak foot. Again, a very cheap pickup. He's non-rare, so he shouldn't go for too much. I think people may just forget that he is Raphael actually and just let it slide for quite cheap. Again, the formation is 4-3-1-2. I think personally actually I may change this to a 4-3-3 only because I feel like wingers are much more important in this game. I felt like on the demo I was finding it a lot harder to get down the centre, and sort of 1-2 passing with the strikers is not going to be doable. Centre midfield. Centre midfield, I've got Silva, the 76 centre mid for Marseille. I think I may swap him out again. You can see Derby down here. I think he may be a better pickup, but because he's a rare, I think Silva will go quite cheap. Silva will be a good pickup at the start. And then as soon as you get the money, I'd upgrade the centre mids first more than any other sort of players on the team. I feel like they're going to play a massive part given the no engine rework and the fact the emphasis on centre mids is huge. On the right hand side, I've got Tolisso, which is a 77 rated gold from Lyon. Brilliant card. 5'11", 3-star, nothing to complain about. But the 72, it being the lowest stat on the card, makes me happy because you've got high work rates. 5'11", which is good height. You can cover the ground quickly, you can dribble, you can pass, he's physical as well, which is important. I feel like that is such a strong card at the start while you figure out how to play the game and how players work and the importance of it. I think it may be worth this year also having some players in centre mid that aren't very physical, that can dribble around and pass, such as David Silva's. I know Nasri's a left mid, but Nasri is such a good card to pick up on this FIFA if he was in a different position. And play him in centre mid roles rather than just centre midfield, because they can link up the play quite well to the wingers. Left hand side Fofana, very similar to Tolisso, a bit more stronger, same height. Again, really solid card, and again non-rare 76 for those stats. I don't think you'll get much better personally. They also get a great link if you swap them around, and with other players in the league they link up brilliantly to get hyper limps and strong links. Again, these three players I think have to be the linchpin in the team. I think the centre attack and the strikers is going to be difficult until we gauge how the game works, but these players will literally decide your first couple of games on how you define your way to play. So even whatever formation, I feel like that is something to focus on. The centre midfielder is Buffel. Again, everyone's already seen this card. A 78 rated, 5-star skill with 4-star weak foot, 5'6", but brilliant pace and dribbling and shooting and passing. High-low work rates, physical and defending, but I don't think you can play with those stats. He's going to be very expensive to start, I think. But maybe his pack rarity will be quite high, so we will get him in a couple of packs. His price will shoot around after a week. But I think it's something we could aim for in the first week, is to get a player like that to sort of bring the flair into your team. Similar goes for Braithwaite at the top. 88 pace, 8 dribbling, 77 shooting, 75 physical, but more importantly, very good jumping. I think his jumping is 85, which is just, you need this, I think, with headers. I think have someone who can header is important. I think everyone's really going to go for him. Again, expensive, but you'll have to fork out it, maybe get some coin boosts and go for him throughout the week while you're trading up to it. You can go for Ben Yedder. I think he's a great partner to it. 82 pace, 83 dribbling. Average physical for 64 for a guy that is 5'6", 78 shooting, 7 passing. I feel like he'll get away from the dance to be a great link-up play. He can pass. 5-star weak foot, you need that. 4-star skills, nothing to be, is higher rated than Braithwaite. Braithwaite would look the better card, but Ben Yedder, is the better card. I think will be in game, especially with pace. I feel like he'd be good to put the ball in front of him and get in front of defenders. So yeah. That's a general overview of the whole squad. We've got some stuff down here. Fakir, maybe a trade-in for Braithwaite, but I think it'll be quite expensive too. Trejo would be a good start for Buffel. Very similar stats, but 71 physical and 5'10". Again, 4-star weak foot, really good pickup. 77 will probably go very cheap because he's non-rare. Diaby would be a very good pickup, but I think he will be quite expensive given the fact that he is a rare. It is Diaby. Solid 77 stats, and he's 6'3", which makes him an absolute monster in place of Silva if you switch him around. But I think he may be quite expensive, to be honest with you. On the other side, you've got Fernandez, who is basically a toned-down Diaby, but with 80 physical on that, can't complain. But just not very good dribbling and shooting, which couldn't be too important. But given the fact you can score from miles away in the demo, I'd be taking shots from absolutely everywhere. That's a very simple squad. Just a quick overview of it. Let me know if you'd like to see more squads like this or what you think about it. Link down your starter squads or link to your videos and we'll have a chat about it. I think it's nice to pass the time this way before FIFA comes out and try and see if we can get our team sorted, as I think I'll be building towards this one on my Serie A team, which I will make a video out later.